like this one, Dave.
Okay.
I might like this one the most.
The most? Okay.
Maybe.
Talk to me.
Okay, Bulls get Joe Harris. James Wiseman. Jaden Ivey. Pistons getting Zach and Terry Taylor again from the Bulls. So as our guy, the GOAT, said in his thoughts on this write-up, though Joe Harris and James Wiseman aren't going to help the Bulls win games this year, from an asset play, this is probably the best deal on the list. So this is the one the GOAT thinks is the best return for the Bulls because of Jaden Ivey.
Yes.
Simple as that. Also, GOAT pointed out the Bulls can let Joe Harris and James Wiseman walk after this year. Again, similar to Dinwiddie, clearing out cap room. So you got some potential cap relief here, and you get a blue-chip prospect in Jaden Ivey.
Yeah.
Now, I guess the biggest question for Bulls fans, some of whom I've seen say, can we find a way to get Jaden Ivey from this Pistons team that's so lost and confused and desperate? If you actually get Jaden Ivey from the Pistons in a Zach LaVine trade, the backcourt pairing, how do you see Jaden Ivey and Kobe White
That part.
coexisting and maybe growing together?
That part. And that's the part that worries me a little bit. Jaden Ivey is definitely a dude like, give me the ball, get out of the way. He's definitely that kind of ball player, and rightfully so. I mean, that's his best version of him. So it's hard for me to try to tell him not to be the best version of himself. But that also makes your backcourt very small. Not I shouldn't say very small, but it makes them a little smaller, you know, with that. And I don't know how Kobe's game and his game kind of connect, because like I said, he needs the ball and he's gonna need space, and he doesn't necessarily need you to kick it to him. You know, like he's not gonna necessarily just go post up in the corner, you know, wait for the ball to come swing and then swing the ball and run the play. He reminds me more of a Colin Sexton kind of guy, you know. And again, I like Jaden Ivey.
I mean, he plays off the ball a fair amount in that Detroit offense.
Yes. But I'm just saying, I know he likes having the basketball.
That's true.
Is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like he likes having the ball. And like I said, I like him a lot. I was pissed when he went to Detroit. Like I didn't want them to have any kind of success. All right, because Jaden Ivey can ball. The other two, it's what's getting me right
Harris
here.
and Wiseman. Yeah, people in the comments are not on board with Wiseman in particular.
Bro, no, man.
And Dwiddler in the comments, no, James Wiseman was not just traded. You're thinking of Marvin Bagley, who the Pistons did just trade with the Wizards like a few days ago.
Correct.
And a lot of people thought that was the first move setting up potentially an additional move that the Pistons are getting ready to make. So yeah, like they're still trying to dump James Wiseman on someone.
They are, and getting Joe Harris, who another player I like in Joe Harris, but he's always injured, and his contract is crazy. But shout out to him for making that money. So for those, and again, I need draft. Where's my draft capital? Where's my capital? So I'm trading Zach for Jaden Ivey.
Here's the thing, though. Where's the draft capital? Jaden Ivey is your draft capital. He's a second-year player who was 5th overall in the 2022 NBA draft.
But for Zach LaVine, I need a draft pick with that.
Okay, I hear you.
You know?
But he'll be 22 next month. So you still are talking about a young player, maybe not as young as some second-year players in the NBA.
Sure.
What would you rather have? The chance to mold Jaden Ivey starting at age 22 and beyond, or a first-round pick next year or the year after that that's somewhere in the teens or 20s? Because that's the kind of draft capital you're looking at. You can't think of draft capital as something you're wanting in a Zach LaVine trade as a lottery pick, because guess what? That ain't happening. That's just not happening, y'all.
Where's Detroit finishing?
You don't think Detroit's going to put protections on a first-round pick that they're sending out this year?
Sure. But what give me the protections. Like I got to see those first too before I can give you a right.
I would assume
that feels like an unrealistic return for Zach at this given the market.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's
what you would want, but I also agree with Matt that when you're looking at what the comparative deals are out there, like. One first-round pick in 2029, one in 2026. Like, This is a real player that was drafted in the top 5 that people thought should have been drafted 4th.
Sure.
People were outraged when he wasn't. Now that actually looks good.
Outraged.
That looks good. But
made the all-rookie
this is like
team, by
a
the way.
blue chip sort of prospect coming out. So I agree. Like, I don't know that you're getting a pick on top of it. And when we had started all of this and Zach had originally asked out, I was more in your camp where I thought that the return would be Ivy, someone on that caliber and a pick. But if this to me is the best that I'm seeing in terms of the one asset.
Wiseman too.
But Wiseman's not good, but you're not like, he doesn't need to play. He doesn't even need to play.
But I think it's just the Wiseman and the Harris with that. For me, this trade is basically Zach LaVine for Jaden Ivey. Like, that's basically the trade.
Right.
And would I trade Zach LaVine for Jaden Ivey straight up? Probably not.
That's fair.
I probably wouldn't do that straight up. I would want something else.
Even taking into account Zach's contract.
Even taking into account Zach's contract. I would. Yeah, give me something else. give me a little bit on top. Give me one thing on top of that. Not Joe Harris and not Wiseman, damn it. I don't want them to.
Wiseman's just a half-season loaner that you can wave goodbye to in 4 months.
Woozy and Awazi. I don't want this dude, man. Like
this one was my favorite.
Right.
This one was my favorite by far, just because I like Ivy and I think you're buying pretty low on what he can become. And he's a young guard.
Like, of Ivy's fit? You feel he can fit?
Well, that's what I thought. You brought up a really good point, is that like you're potentially creating a roster where there are a lot of these, like, who knows though, with a lot of these guards, maybe not necessarily a true point guard and some sort of like tweener combo guards, and can any of these guys be your best guard? I don't know, but I think Ivy for sure has that potential
of being your best guard.
You could build a team with him being your best guard. I still think Kobe White has that potential, but like,
yeah, he definitely does.
I think either of them could be your best guard. One of them could be a great 6-man, and I don't think that they couldn't. I think they could be dynamic together. Both
that could
solid,
be. Sure.
solid size, could play on and off the ball. Like,
yeah.
In my opinion, like, I would just take the talent and
I
let
get
it
your
work
point,
out.
right? And I get that point. The talent, the age, the contract.
Yeah,
I completely get that. Like, all that makes sense. That fit with Kobe throws me a little bit. You know, like, it really does. It just throws me a little bit to be like, I don't know.
It's a lot of guards. They already have a lot of guards, kind of, too.
Yeah, which is why I just wanted, a piece of toast with it. Like, that's it. You'd rather get a piece of toast?
Yeah, I mean, the piece of toast along with Jaden Ivey
is James Wiseman.
Well, no, that's an insult to toast. It's getting off of Wiseman's money. Wiseman's expiring RFA.
Yeah.
Joe Harris just flat out unrestricted free agent.
Yeah.
Collectively, that's $32 million coming off your books.
Yeah, so
and you're
nice
getting
amount.
Jaden Ivey.
Yeah, I feel you.
It feels like it's one of those things where it's like you're getting 2 of the 3 at best. You're getting cap relief and a young player, or cap relief and a draft pick, or a young player. And like, you're not.
So it's
getting
about preference then.
We all silly like the mayor.